screen at first.
Yes, there we go. It's like I would have noticed that as it went live and been like, why am I dark? Why is it so dark in here?
And there we go. We are live.
What was that?
My phone.
Oh, I
It's my
see.
text. That's my notification.
Your notification sounder.
Yeah. Star Trek. I had to.
Okay.
And there it goes again before I could put it. Because it does the Twitch notification.
Yep.
And then it emails me the notification.
Oh,
So
so
then
you
it's a
get double
Gmail.
whammy.
Yeah, I get double whammied.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hi, chat room. Happy
Hello.
Thursday.
Hello.
Happy Thursday. How you guys doing?
Happy Thursday.
Are we channeling Christmas specials already?
Oh
Happy
yeah.
birthday!
It's almost time. I don't know if you can see it, but
Mm-mm.
at the top left, probably can't, is Clark Griswold and Cousin Eddie. I
Do
found the
you really
2-pack.
have a Funko Pop of those two
Yes.
people?
I'll go get it.
Are you serious? I had no idea they existed.
I also realized that I am not wearing my cordless headphones that I do normally, and these are corded, so
Did you just yank the cord out?
yeah, I did. I've been wearing my wireless ones for like all week, and then
Yeah.
I just forget. So I'm like, hey, I'll go get it.
Oops.
But yeah, see if y'all can see it.
Back it up just a little bit.
Yeah,
There you go. Oh, they're in the same box. I
yep,
see.
yeah. It's like an FYE 2-pack of them.
That's really
And
cool.
he's holding his. Oh, you can't really see it, but he's holding the moose mug of
Yes, he
eggnog.
is.
Yeah, and then he's got his,
He's got his
Merry Christmas,
lappy
sure is
hat.
full. Yeah, he's holding the beer with a cigar in his mouth.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I was like, yeah, I gotta get this.
Rip
And it was on
Randy
sale.
Quaid's
So
mind.
yeah, I was like, because I've got the 2 Power Ranger ones autographed. I was like, I wish I could get this one autographed, but I don't know if I'd want to get close to Randy Quaid anytime
No,
soon.
no, no, no,
Chevy
no.
Chase would be Chevy Chase would be okay, but
Yeah, he'd be okay. Oh, I should tweet.
yeah,
Hang on.
tweet deets.
Yes. We are live. Twitch.tv/. Okay, there we go. Now we're tweeted the deeded.
Tweet deeted.
Tweet
Tweedly
deeded.
deedly deet. Tweet the deets and tweedly tweedly deet.
Hi, Grand Nagus. Hi, Tiber. Hi, Solomio. Let me move my chat room so I can see you guys better. There we go. Do this and do this and do this. Now I can see your stuff. That's
Excuse
better.
me.
Hi, Colin. How are you? Um, we'll warn you right now. This show. Well, I say this now, and we're probably going to go like longer than ever. The show is probably going to be briefer than normal, and it's probably going to be a lot looser than normal. I guess I don't
Yeah, more
know.
casual.
It's
Almost didn't wear a shirt.
wow.
And you saw me stand out, so you know I'm wearing pants or shorts at least. So
Thank God you're wearing pants at least.
Yeah.
We might be a little punchy, and I am on like I think my exhaustion level is probably about a 9. So we're gonna do this thing, and we're gonna make you guys laugh and probably be really punchy and probably a little. I'm gonna try not to be like super candid, but I might be super candid. My filter might be a little less than it's normally at, so we'll see.
Episode 246. The gloves are off.
Yes. There's I don't know what you're talking. Oh, the show being a loser. I was like, I didn't get that. Pew! Solomio, I'm glad that you're maintaining your sense of humor. He had gotten some bad news this week and was let go from his job.
Yeah,
It's-
I know that feeling. It's
But
sucks.
we're gonna get to see you in 36 days.
This is true.
36.
This is very true.
Yes. I do believe that that is the cure to what ails us all.
Yep. I, I, I can't wait. I
Mm-hmm.
think about it like once every other day at least. I know you think about it every day because you're planning it, but just getting there. And I finally have my hotel accommodations. Everything is set. I just
Cool.
have to get my boss to make. I asked off for Halloween because initially I was going to fly up on Wednesday on
Yeah.
the 1st, but now I want to fly up on Tuesday. And as soon as I sent him the email, he decided to go on vacation for a week. So I sent it to him last Wednesday, and then he never responded. Now he's on vacation. So hopefully when he gets back, he can approve it.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
yeah, because I need to book my flight.
Yeah.
So that's gonna have to happen
Yeah,
soon,
that definitely has to happen.
or else
I
I'm walking.
I keep watching, excuse me, I keep watching the hotel websites because I'm trying to get closer than where I am right
Yeah,
now. And so there's definitely some movement there. Like there's hotel rooms that are opening up. Now they're showing the Clarion is open. So yeah,
really.
unfortunately they don't have king rooms available, but they've got the double occupancy rooms available. So
Hmm.
yeah. So but
And the Clarion's not bad. Well,
no,
yeah,
it's
we
I
we
mean
stayed there before.
yeah, the new site that they're using now for the Anaheim Travel Bureau is called gettravel.com/BlizzCon-2017. Here I'll paste it.
Okay,
Um,
thank you, because
yeah, I'll just paste
I
it.
need to go look at that because I just want to see that, and I want to. I haven't done anything as far as Disney goes, and
Yeah,
I remember a couple years back they had like the key that you could get a discounted rate.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know if
they
that's
have that now. I wasn't able to find it because I looked. And I don't think they're offering it, but maybe I'll try and look again. Get Travel is the new travel company. There was a different one, and they switched it like
yeah.
after BlizzCon tickets went on sale. So, yeah, so that's the one I've been watching to try to get closer because right now I'm a 10-15 minute walk away, and I don't want
Oh,
to be that far. So, yep, which is
yeah.
part of why
Well,
I'm
I'm
so freaking exhausted because of all that stress. Uh,
I'm on the other side of the Clarion. That's where I'm going to be staying. The Courtyard Anaheim theme park. No, it's the Courtyard Anaheim.
okay,
I think it is. So
cool.
it's not too much farther.
No, no, and I've been watching like even the Red Lion is available. Like there's
Yeah.
ones that are closer, and Dari. I don't know if you know Dari.
Yeah,
Methods.
yeah.
Yeah,
Method Dairy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she said that in previous years she's even seen those prices go down to like less than $100, like on the week of BlizzCon for certain
Yeah,
hotels. Yeah,
because all the people canceling and stuff.
cancellations and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's I have reservations. I don't want what I've got. So,
Yeah. Well,
um,
I ended up because I'm staying with somebody else, but they're leaving Sunday morning, and in
okay,
case we do DizCon, I was like, well, I need someplace to stay Sunday night, so I
yeah,
got the same hotel, and hopefully they'll just hold my bags for me.
yep,
Like, hey, here's my bag. I'll be back after Disney.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing the Disney on Sunday thing.
Oh yeah.
No, because I believe I'm going out to California earlier,
Yeah.
and so I might be actually going like on Halloween. So,
Oh, okay.
so we'll see. Um, we'll see. But I don't think it's I think it's pretty unlikely that I will be joining the group for DizCon this year because twice
Okay.
is probably a little
Yeah.
too much expense. So,
Yeah.
little too
Well,
expensive.
yeah, it is, but it's all good. If
Mm-hmm.
you go on Halloween, take lots of pictures because like I'll be getting to town, but I won't be in Anaheim. I'll be in the area,
No,
and
no.
maybe I'll even get to go to the beach this year, maybe because
Oh, see?
I've never been to the Pacific Ocean. Like I flew over it when I left one year, but never been. I
You
was
should go
just kind
check
of
it
stayed.
out.
Yeah, I was like, can I have an Uber to the beach? And then Uber back. It's like,
Just pick me up
there's
on
the
this
Pacific
corner.
Ocean. Yeah. There it is. Japan is like that way a good ways.
I know.
And now back to the hotel. Or back to the con.
I've seen it. I put my toe in it, and now I'm done.
Yep. Done. Got the achievement.
All right, chat room. Let's test your sounders and see how things are working. Which one should I try today? Let's do this one.
One shot, one kill.
Nice.
I heard it on my end.
Good. There's a little bit of lag on this computer. It probably needs to be rebooted, but... Sharit, you heard it on your end, which is always a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, yeah.
I do have an announcement on the show, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's about BlizzCon. It's about the day before BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I know has been all over Twitter. Yeah, it's been all over Twitter anyway, but just to say it on the show.
If you're somebody who doesn't pay attention to the social media stuff, that's that's a good thing. I mean, you can announce it and be like, "Hey, I'm telling people about what I'm doing." All right.
Oh yeah, I do need to go to Hawaii. It's.
I'd
love to.
I want to go back so bad. All right, we're gonna ready to check the chat room right now.
Kill the fan, which I won't need. Hopefully in a week or two.
Yeah.
Because fall.
Hello, fall.
Today was beautiful. I'll talk about that later, though.
Yes. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for a pool? Solomio's ready. How about the rest of you? Press 1 for fun. Tiber types it out. I love it. There's Nagus. I think you guys are ready. 1 for fun.
1 for fun.
That gets stuck in my head from Sharku. That's Sharku's thing.
Yeah.
Press 1 for fun. But that's a gambling thing, so it's not a ready check technically. But
no.
I know. It's not technically correct, but we'll deal. We'll deal with it.
No gambling on the show.
Don't be gambling this show away. All right, my Conan, are you ready to do a show?
I'm not. I don't like gambling, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say it is going to be a show today.
I agree.
And in so far as I am to say that, yes, I'm ready.
Awesome! And the chat room's ready, and I am as ready as I can possibly be. So
the crowd goes wild.
So
Kermit Flair.
Let's do this thing. Hi, Sal. Hi.
Hey, Sal. Hello.
Good to see you, my dear. All right, let's do a show. Because we do this thing every week on Thursdays, and we're no different tonight. What's the number today? 246. Episode... Is that right?
I think... Well...
Yeah, it is
let's see.
Like, is that right?
Checking the website.
I know. What? Yeah, 245.
Yes, 246.
Okay.
Yep, we got it.
Wow. You can tell how my day's been. Erlina, hi! We're going to get this
Woohoo!
All right, let's do this
Right
thing.
in time.
The gang's all here, so let's party. And Tauren Think Tank episode 246 begins in 3. I spit on my microphone. It is in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 246 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, September 28th of 2017. It is 8:13 p.m. Central Time. My name is Jules, and with me, as always, is the illustrious blue shirt wearing today. He's wearing blue, and it probably matches your eye color pretty well. It's Mark Conan.
Hey, Jules. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of a random show as well. But yeah, I'm wearing last year's BlizzCon shirt. Actually, that's
I
what
like
I'm
that shirt.
wearing. Yeah, it broke the mold. That was my fourth BlizzCon, and it's the first shirt that I'd ever seen that was not black.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and wear it today, because I almost wore my work shirt on the show, and I sat down and I was like, wait a second, I'm still in uniform. I got to go change. So yeah, it's been a good day, good week, kind of for
Good.
me. I know it's been busy as heck for you. So how have you been doing?
I am sure as heck fire exhausted. The last 2 weeks have been such a breakneck pace that I don't really know which end is up anymore, and so I'll apologize ahead of time that the show may be a little punchy, a little looser than normal, a little bit more casual.
A little unfiltered.
A little unfiltered might be the good way to describe it. It's all good. Everything is all good. It's just really hard to catch up. Well, it's not even catch up. It's like we're trying to get everything done for BlizzCon now, because Pat Crane, Convert to Raid, Signals Media, Convert to Raid Guild, all that lovely stuff, my boss.
Podcast Launchpad.
He is going to be leaving for 2 weeks, 2 full weeks in October. On October 10th, he's gone for 2 weeks to California. And he's going to go to California for his wedding anniversary, 20 years, celebration time, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's going to be tacking that on to TwitchCon, and he's speaking at a panel at TwitchCon. And so it's going to be, I'm so happy for him. The only problem with it all is that everything that we would normally do leading up to BlizzCon has to be done now, because it has to be. Like, everything, our function and processes are so reliant upon the two of us working together on them, that with him not in the picture, it all has to be prepped early. And so it has been 15-hour days, very little sleep, and just a constant, for like, I'm so sensory overloaded that I can't, like, I went to go lay down for a nap around like 5 o'clock. We were like, he's like, I'm done. He says, and I said, I'm done. I'm going to go take a rest a little bit before we do the show. Like, I have to get food and stuff. And I couldn't stop my brain from going, oh my God. Oh my, did I, it was like this. And that's literally what it sounded like in my head. It was like the stuttering firecracker of like noise. And I couldn't shut it off. And of course, I'm so tired. Like, I just can't shut it off. And so it's just, and I get to the end of the day. I mean, I was like, I'm doing stuff that I would normally not do, which is to like physically write out to-do lists and like get it all out of my head. Notoriously bad about ever doing that, but I did it. I was like, I'm writing it down so I could just get it out of my head. And it just didn't help at all.
Oh no.
I call it the firecracker brain. It's just, that's what it feels like. It literally feels like there's firecrackers just firing off in my brain. And so I can't slow down. And then I hit the time where I'm just about, it's like, okay, I'm done for the day. I'm shutting down. And my cats have been, I don't know what's up with them.
They've been very helpful.
They've been very cuddly and very needy and waking me up every single night this week. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And I'm just like, you get so frustrated that you just want to like cry. It's just so frustrated. I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to cry because I just need to rest. And so we got to today, and I was like, I was so tired, and I was so busy during the day, and I'm like, and I keep forgetting to eat. That was the other thing. I keep forgetting to eat.
Yeah.
And then I get so hungry that I would just be like, I just need to eat. And so this afternoon it was like 1:30 and I hadn't eaten lunch. And I'm like, I got to go eat something. And so I said to Pat, I need 15 minutes to go take a break and go make some food. And in that 15 minutes, I got fired at from different directions of like messages and, Discord's going nuts and all this stuff. I need this, I need this, I need this. And I'm like, I will do it in a second. I just need to eat.
That's when you leave your phone at your desk and you go make food away from the technology. You just put it away.
And the problem with it is, like, it sounds simple. It sounds very simple to be able to go do that, right? But I had literally just sent an email to our screen printer saying, go for launch, order this now, you have my approval. And then it came back and saying, no, wait, I want to change it. And if I didn't jump back in there and tell the screen printer, hold off, they would have printed it and we would have lost money. And so that is like, that's what my life is like. It's just like this. It sounds like it could be just like, hey, turn it off. You could deal with it, right? But Grand Agus is saying, I'm sorry. Your messages came through at 7:30 in the morning when I was barely awake, trying to remember what I was saying. And I'm like, I shouldn't respond to messages at 7:30 in the morning when I've just rolled out of bed. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm literally doing that. I'm rolling out of bed saying, oh my God, sorry. And it's self-inflicted part of it. And so last weekend I got to Friday and we were just like, I was so tired. I was just like, I'm going to take a break from this. And I shut everything down. I wasn't posting much on Twitter, and it was so glorious. It was so amazing. And then I lost all of it one day came. All like that zen, that calm, that awesomeness. It was just like I lost all of it as soon as Monday morning at 9 a.m. hit. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm kind of whining, but I honestly.
Well, that's what you've been up to.
Yeah, it's what's been consuming my time, and just a lot of that, and it's gonna get better. It will get better. It always does. And I stress myself out more than I should because I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is happy, which is you know. Yeah. So it's tough, but we're gonna get into a discussion actually tonight about balance, because I think that's a good chat about what we're gonna what we're going through. Balance comes in every form, and so like I said, my brain is just literally just kind of sliding from one topic to another because I lack the precision that I normally have to be able to just kind of keep things on track. And I'm just going to go with it. Yeah. So before I do that, though, Mark Honan, what's been happening with you? You've got stuff going on.
Yeah, well, quite a couple of things. Yeah. My wife asked me on Saturday, she said, or actually last week, she decided that she wanted to try the keto diet, like ketogenic.
Okay. Yep.
Where you limit yourself to like less than 20 grams of carbs per day. So that's like really low sugar, really low carbs. And I joined her in it. So I have not had carbs or sugar since Saturday, and I'm still alive. Surprisingly.
So tell me a little bit about this, because I know I've never really researched doing it myself, but I've heard something called the keto flu. Is that something that happens?
Yeah, well, see, the thing is basically putting yourself into ketosis means your body breaks down fats, because the difference between fat and carb is fast energy, like a sugar high. It's fast energy, and your body burns it through. It turns everything into glucose and burns it real quick. Mm-hmm. It's like gasoline. Just throw or like a gas. You just go. When you go into ketosis, your body has run out of glucose and of all that stuff, and so it goes to the reserves. Because if you have extra reserves of carbs, your body turns it into fat.
Right.
So your body is burning fat instead of carbs. So you're basically it's kind of like, I tell people, you're putting your body into the first stage of starvation, because the fast energy is gone. Now you have to switch over to your backup reserves. So that's basically what you're doing. So it's yes, Tiber, it is akin to the Atkins diet. So it is higher in protein, higher in fat, because your body is burning fat. So you will need to eat more fat because it's what your body is burning.
Okay.
It sounds counterintuitive to losing weight, and the keto flu is when your body's switching gears.
Yeah.
You can get kind of this, you'll feel more tired because you're it's a slow burn. Fat takes longer to burn than carbs do. So your body is switching over. So it's like shifting gears, and your whole body is shifting gears. Mm-hmm. I have not experienced it yet, but I'll be honest, I don't really eat much food anyway. I don't eat a whole lot of food during the day, but when I do eat it, it's not very good for me in the past. So,
yeah.
And it's been higher in carbs because I really, really like carbs. I love chips and potatoes and all of that stuff. But I actually haven't experienced it. I can still have Coke Zero because it has no carbs or sugars in it.
Okay.
So that has been okay to have. So do get caffeine that way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a lot more protein, a lot more fat. Vegetables are absolutely good, though. You have to stay away from certain ones, especially potatoes, because that's a starch, and that's like just here's some carbs. But that's pretty much it. It's high protein, higher in fat, and lots of veggies.
What are you eating right now then? Like, what do you do during the day?
Well, I have this week I've had scrambled eggs with a little bit of cheese on it for breakfast. Sometimes some ham or bacon thrown in. That's what I have for breakfast. And I take snacks too. Like I've got those little pepperoni slices and little sticks of cheese that I can have as a snack. And for my lunch, I've had either turkey or ham with cheese and like brown mustard in a lettuce wrap, like a piece of romaine lettuce. I just fold over, and that's my lunch.
Okay.
And then dinner, my wife does meal prep, so on Sunday she makes a whole bunch of different meals. I've had mashed cauliflower, so it looks like mashed potatoes, because cauliflower is low carb. Like today, I had a little like hamburger steak with onions and mushrooms on it, which those have some carbs in it, but I don't have any carbs the rest of the day. So as long as you stay under, I think 20 grams is what's recommended, then you won't switch back away from ketosis. So they are, it's all about, finding what foods you like within those parameters. And there's lots of vegetables that qualify for it. So, and I feel better. I do feel good. I've lost. You do lose weight a lot in the beginning because your body's burning through the carbs, but then it starts to like a slower. So, I mean, I've lost like 9 pounds since Saturday. Yep. It's weird, but I feel better. And so that's, I'm not saying it's not going to be permanent because, Viking food truck in November, I'm going to have that at BlizzCon and, umami burger. I got to have that. So, it's just something we wanted to try, and she asked me if I wanted to try it with her, and I'm like, sure, I like losing weight, so let's do it. So, and I still go to the gym, but I do feel better. I just feel better. So, so far so good on it. So we'll see.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that's the kind of the big thing of the week. Trying to remember what else. Finally watched the first episode of The Orville today.
Yeah.
And, Seth MacFarlane looks like a kid in the candy store because he's a big Trekkie in real life, and to have his own like Trekkie-like show, just it is Star Trek. It feels like Star Trek. Yes, there's little one-liner quips and stuff like that, and it makes me laugh. It's funny, but it's got the music, it's got the look, it's got the feel. This is totally it. I'm fine with it. I like it.
Good.
So I need to keep catching up on it, but. And Star Trek Discovery, I watched the first episode of that, and yeah, other than some nitpicky things, it's not bad. But so there's that. Prepping for BlizzCon, of course. Got finally secured a hotel for one of the nights, and I'm trying to think what else is going on.
You had an announcement too.
Oh yes, let's get to that. Thank you. So the day before BlizzCon, as most people who have gone to BlizzCon or do social media know, there's a thing called Con Before the Storm and World of Podcasts. They do it there at the Hilton Anaheim the day before BlizzCon. There's quite a few panels, and I was asked to be on the Warcraft panel. So I will be on the Warcraft panel at Con Before the Storm. It's going to be November 2nd between 11 p.m. and midnight Pacific.
That's so late.
It's so late. It's so late. I didn't know it was going to be that late when I signed up, but it's going to be okay. I actually guested on the Starting Zone this week with our good friend Spencer Downey and also Jason Lucas, who is going to be on the panel. And we've also got Samantha Cruz from Arcane Analysis, me, Kaz from the Worgen's Howl, and Stone from Wild Challenges, good buddy of ours. And it's going to be moderated by Epic Insanity of Frozen Nerds. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to talk. A lot of us have different aspects of WoW that we like and we enjoy. I think I'm bringing the collector side of it to it, probably.
Yeah.
So we'll just talk about the state of the game. It's going to be a good discussion. So yeah, if you guys are interested and you're there, it's a very late night panel. So let's see how that goes.
I will hope that you will forgive me if I pumpkin out by that point.
Oh, you'll be asleep by then,
right? Because that to my body, 11 is 1 a.m. Central, and
yeah,
I'm hoping that by the time I'm there, and I'll pretty much have adjusted to Pacific time, but yeah, pumpkin out.
Yeah,
because the next night is the CTR party, and that's going to be till midnight later. So
yeah, you got to save up all your late night stuff. All your late night mojo for that one night.
I know, you got to get it all in there, but yeah, it will be. I think they're live streaming all of the panels.
I think so.
So you'll be able to watch them from home if you're not going to be there. That's awesome. Congratulations. I mean, obviously I've known about this for a while, but it's nice that you can talk about it.
I know. Yeah, I wanted to wait until it was actually officially announced before I talk about it, because I think they asked me way back in like May or June to do it. So it's been a long time coming, but now we can officially talk about it. So it's a good thing. Calm before the storm. 11 to midnight. It's gonna be the late night panel. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, baby.
You guys talking Warcraft after dark.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I think I don't think there's anything else going on. No, not really.
Cool. Oh, hey, I wanted to let you guys know that we're doing a couple little things for the CTR party if you're interested. You guys saw those wonderful BlizzCon goodie bag backpacks that are coming out as part of the, with the Velcro pieces on the top that you can put stuff on. Well, we decided that those were so cool that we needed to make something for Convert to Raid and the Convert to Raid Guild that you could put on your beautiful backpack. So we have put together designs for some Velcro patches, embroidered patches, and you can pre-order them right now. I think we're just about over the goal. I have to check after the show. We needed a minimum threshold to get there. But they're available for pre-sale on our Etsy site, which we put together really fast. And it's converttoraid.etsy.com. That is out there for you to pre-order those patches. And they'll be shipping out in 3 to 4 weeks once we get them in right before BlizzCon. Or we will have them available for pickup in there too. So you can get them at the BlizzCon party. We're also putting up those coloring books that we did for the Kickstarter for the CTR party, and those are also on the Etsy site. So if you want to see some really cool artwork, there's examples pages of there from some of the community artists that donated their artwork to this book. You can order yours now too, converttoraid.etsy.com. I
ordered my patches immediately.
He did. He was in there right away. It's a nice little deal. Like, you can buy one for $5, or you can buy the two of them for $8.50, and then there's shipping and shipping for that. But if you want it shipped, otherwise you just enter the code pickup at checkout, so you can pick it up at BlizzCon. So, which is awesome. I had to add an international one, so it's pickup 2 for people who are international, because apparently when you set up code that does free shipping, it sets it to free domestic shipping. So it was like, we had someone from the UK who was like, I can't put the code in, it won't work. And I'm like, oh no. So if you are international and you want to order the patches, it's pickup 2 at checkout. That's one of the things I got to put on my list to do tomorrow, is add that to the listings. So yeah, see, I'm thinking of things I got to do tomorrow as the list starts to grow.
Always running.
Always running. All right, so we're just going to jump right in, and I'm going to play a bumper, and then we're going to go. So let's play this one.
Let's kick around some...
Ah!
Ideas, not gnomes.
That poor gnome.
Every time.
Every time. So let's talk a little bit about balance. Balance in life when your life is out of control or just really, really effing busy. I have struggled with this so much this week, especially. And I'll tell you what, it's, this happens to all of us in different parts of our lives. But it's one of those things that it changes all the time, and you're just like, you need, I've realized that you really just kind of need to build skills for balance, because it's a moving target. All the time it's a moving target, right?
Yeah. Well, just like keeping your balance when you're walking, it's something that it's ever changing, but you learn how to balance yourself and never like really fall down. Like I have pretty good balance. I haven't fallen down in years, like legitimately just stumbled and I've stumbled, but I haven't fallen.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of knowing how to navigate, and when something changes real quick in your life, to be able to put your foot back real quick and catch yourself so you don't tip your balance. So it's kind of, like you said, it's a ever moving target. There's always variables, things that happen in your life that can change, and things that just shift your priorities. And then you just got to know to shift in the opposite direction sometimes to keep yourself from topping over, as it were.
Yeah. I was thinking about it the other day, in terms of like trying to establish balance when life throws you a curveball. And, and this is kind of coming to me right now. So the thought is a little bit nebulous, but just kind of bear with me.
Always.
So you think about someone who you've kind of established a working relationship with, or a friendship, and there's patterns that you've noticed about them that, they're typically always available to you. Like they'll answer your text right away. You got questions, they're usually right there for an answer. And then suddenly you've done your normal routine of like sending them a message and asking how they're doing, or just like asking them for something, and they're not responding. And you, as the person who kind of knows that their established pattern is not that, start to go, did I do something wrong?
What did I do?
Right. You start to like, and the person on the other end, like I'm thinking of an example of a friend of mine who I saw all these people like bombarding them with information and questions about stuff that they're normally very available for and just weren't responding to. Well, as it turned out, she had a family emergency going on, and that hadn't really shared that publicly. And I could see, it didn't happen, but I could see the assumption of people going, well, she's just lazy now, and she's not doing her job, and, or she's just, or the turnaround of like, did I do something wrong? Did I offend? Blah, 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 blah. And so, like, and I think about it and say, hey, go find your balance. And we're like totally cool once we know the reason why someone has to bow out or not respond or that kind of thing. Hey, if you tell someone, hey, I've just been sick for 5 days and I just didn't get a chance to respond to you. And they're like, oh. But that balance of like expectation versus habit.
Yeah.
That's what I struggle with so much, because I've established expectations for people that they pretty much expect that I'm going to answer pretty fast. And I'm going to be responsive and proactive, and I'm going to take care of it. And what that means for me is that it's very difficult for me to just shut it down for a day.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine at this point what it would take for me to go on vacation, like, for a week. Like, if I went on a cruise and had to shut my phone off because I couldn't use my phone, because there was no signal. You were out in the middle of the ocean. That thought itself gives me so much stress about how much I would have to prepare. And I see what Pat's going through right now. Trying to prepare for being gone for 2 weeks and not you know, he has to make sure someone can do his show for him. He has to
Yeah.
make sure that there's that all of the things, like, I have everything I need, because he's not going to be there for a moment's notice to be able to just say, hey, I need the credit card number, or I need you to pay this bill, or, you know. And so it's like I'm already going off the rails on the conversation, but it's like, that's my balance when I'm in my normal state, but it really does sound very unbalanced when I can't just say, I just need to go off the grid for a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've tipped over into availability to where you're so available to everyone, you don't have a way to make yourself unavailable. You've like you said, you've set that expectation, but it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Like, for most people, even workaholics, sometimes you need a day. You need something to kind of get your mind off, to get away from it. And you know, it's kind of like at work. I always expect my other coworkers to be there when I'm there every day that I'm there. But of course, I take days off. Like, I'm taking tomorrow off, so I won't be there. But when my other coworkers aren't there, it's kind of like, oh, where are they? I thought, you know, it was an expectation.
Yeah. And
then they were like, oh, he asked for the day off. Oh, okay. And like you were saying earlier, once you know the reason, then you're accepting. You're like, oh, that's why. So, you know, even for me at work, I expect all my coworkers to be there when I'm there. But when I'm not there, I don't care if they're there or not, because I don't think about it in that broader terms. And I know some people, you know, they know you're always available. They know, you know, you're always there. But when you're not, like I said, it changes their doesn't change your expectation, but it throws a wrench into their routine of you being always available.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I would say 99% of the time, like, people are very understanding if I can't get back to them right away because I was doing something else, or I was sick, or I was away, you know. But the toll that it takes on me too is something that I don't always think about. You know, I don't always think about how it affects me. And this week in particular, and last week as well, it has taken a toll. Physically, it started taking a toll today because I realized that I was eating horribly. I just wasn't eating. You know, I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping well. I'm not sleeping well. It was 1:30 before I actually thought about eating food after eating something at 9 a.m. And I started to physically feel the effects of it. I was getting lethargic and lightheaded and unfocused. And so I was like, okay, I need to go eat something now. I need to take the time to sit down and do that. And which sounds like it's pretty simple. Like, you can just go do that. And then I had so many interruptions of just trying to eat the food because I allowed myself to be interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just taken off my watch so there would be no notifications. I could have put my phone in the other room, and I could have taken that time. I know I could have done all of those things and just taken 15 minutes to just sit in quiet and eat. And I couldn't even do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because
you're used.
I felt bad.
Well, that, and you're used to being in contact. That's your norm. So
right.
I mean, it's something you're used to. It's habit.
It's the way that I have set up the expectations. You're right. It's in there too. But when you think about balance, when you think about, you know, making it okay for yourself, I am the worst at trying to, you know, like I have to push myself and convince myself that it's okay to take a little time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, this weekend is coming up. There's a Ren Fair meetup that was planned around one of our community members who lives in, I think she lives in Indiana. And she wanted to come up. This is the last weekend of the Minnesota Ren Fest. And she said, I want to come up and I want to put together some activities for the weekend. And I said, okay, I will help you to get the word out because I have the tools to do that. I have the Facebook group and I have the mailing list, and I can, if you provide me with all of the information, I will do that for you. I can take care of that. And then and she came back and she said, well, we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of activities. And my fatigued brain, this was weeks ago, my fatigued brain went, oh, I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then I just said, yes, you can't do that. You can't. Like, you know, it's okay to say you need a break. It's okay
Absolutely.
to say you aren't going to be there for all of it. And unfortunately, I felt really bad because I had kind of said this to myself and I didn't think about it from, again, I'm being very candid. I'm just going to talk about it.
It's all right.
But some people had sent me messages and were like, oh, will you be at the dinner on Friday? Oh, will you be at the breakfast on Sunday? Oh, will you be there when the Friend Fair opens on Saturday? And I was just like, I can't. And I felt really guilty because these people were like, some of them were thinking about coming into town, and it's just like, and it just, I finally just had to say, here's what I know I can do, and this is what I'm going to commit to doing, and that's the only thing I'm going to commit to doing. And I feel really bad that I can't do all of it because I know that there are people here who I don't get to see very often, but there's a limit to that, because it is an hour drive away from where I live.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and sitting here right now, recording this podcast, I still feel guilty about it for saying no.
Yeah. Because like I said,
hard.
you're so used to saying yes, and to like, and I whenever I help somebody, I try to go out of my way to do whatever they need to get done to fix whatever problem they've got. I'll do whatever it needs to be, whatever. I don't care, whatever it is, name it and I'll do it.
Yeah.
But continuously doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over, you don't have time for yourself at all.
No. And
it can be really awful if you don't find that balance. Cause I've had bouts of times where it got physically detrimental to me, like really bad, awful. And you just have to say no sometimes. It still sucks because you want to help, you want to be there, you want to do the things, but I mean, eventually you'll burn out if you don't stop.
Yeah. And you get to the point where you actually like kind of resent your own mental capacity or your body or these things, like, why can't you handle this? And the bottom line is to say, no, Jules, you need to take this break. This is what you need in order to function at the best at your job, because that's what's important. This is your, yes, this part of all of this community management, all of this being a figurehead, making contacts with people, putting together events, it's part of my job. But this particular event wasn't my job. It was somebody else wanting to put it together, and I made the resources available, but it wasn't my job to do it. And I had to resolve that fact and say, if it were my job, I wouldn't have done it in 3 days across, because I know I just need more time. I'm working how many hours during the week, and I just need to have some downtime for me, where I could just literally say, I'm tired and I want to go take a nap for the whole afternoon and just go do it without guilt, right? And but yeah, it's and I don't fault anybody for wanting to get together that much. There's that guilt of me saying, I suck, I can't even handle that. But then, so, like I said, we're our own worst enemies in our brains a lot of times. And I am no exception to that. None.
Well, what do you think you could do to help combat it? Do you think, I mean, I know you keep everything kind of, or try to keep everything organized. Is there a way you could schedule in downtime? Like how would you go about doing that? Saying today between noon and 5, or would you just think about everything else too much during those hours
Yeah.
to just yeah.
I mean, I make time roughly every day at this point to take like 40 minutes and go to the gym and go on, walk on the treadmill and that kind of thing. And this week I've missed 3 of those days because I just don't have it in me. But I am also taking the advice of my trainers. And, I would have chosen to push myself through it and probably detrimented my progress by pushing too hard for not, and Nicole and Tim told me, we would rather that you just take the time that you need to rest and just take that time, because that's more important sometimes than going out and exercising. If you're so overloaded and stressed out and you're not sleeping and you just need your body is like, I need a nap, or I just need, half an hour of quiet room in a dark place for a while. Which is literally how it's been this whole week. Is like, I will take an hour after like 5 o'clock or so and go into my bedroom, and whether I sleep or not, I shut off my phone, I shut it off. And and then I am better sometimes about it than others to just be able to rest. And like today I couldn't. You know why? Because I was so afraid that I would crash out and fall asleep, that I would oversleep and not make it for the show.
Yeah.
I was so afraid that I would like lose control. When you think about it from that perspective. Because I am a control freak. I know I'm a control freak. It's like, that's no secret. There ain't no secret that Jules Scott is a frickin' control freak. And it's hard for me to let go like that, And so this weekend I was great because I was just like, I am not thinking about work this weekend. And I didn't. I did not. And it was great. But, trying to shut that off after 90 miles an hour for 4 straight days is getting harder and harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just, it's about working on control, of course, but it's also trying to be nicer to myself. If you want to put it that way. I'm kind of giving yourself some.
Well, yeah, just kind of give yourself a break. Give yourself some credit. Hey, yeah, you're not that awful.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and the world isn't going to end if you didn't respond to someone who needed, like, it literally, I used to work at a place years ago, corporate office. It was a company that used to do stuff for children. It was like a company that made children's toys. Very popular brand. And the gallows humor in that group was that no small children died. So when there was like this crisis of something, we used to joke and say, well, no small children died, we're fine. So and that was kind of the gauge of like, hey, you know what, you can calm down, it's okay, this is not a humanitarian crisis. And when you get down to what I do and the job that I have and the work that I do every day, it is not a humanitarian crisis if I don't respond to a text or a DM or a Twitter message or or an email. And so Grand Negus says that's awful to say. Well, that's why it's called gallows humor.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have a way of redirecting their stress in ways that may not be totally appropriate.
Well, if it gets the job done, sometimes it's appropriate.
Yeah. You talk to anybody in a medical profession, or
Yeah,
it's like, there's some dark stuff that kind of breaks the ice. So, but in any case, it's like that feeling of, what is it? I guess I am control freak, of course, but then perfectionistic tendencies where you want it to be done right. You want to provide a high level of service. You want to make your customers happy. You want to, you want to make sure that your community feels like they are being helped. It's devastating when someone says that you've disappointed me or you didn't help me. That's probably the worst thing that I can read is when someone says, I am disappointed and upset with you because you failed me. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure that I put on myself to do it right. Which is hard, and so, I'm getting rambly, but so anyway, it's been very hard for me to find balance. I've been fighting it. I've been fighting to do it. I've been fighting against it. And no wonder I'm tired, right?
Yeah. You're constantly in a battle with yourself.
Yeah. 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 And then there's there's just I don't know. I feel like there's no break in the action until, when Pat goes away. Right. But, then it just I've had one of those revelations lately where it's just hey, I love the work that I do. It's awesome. I got a message. I got a text message from the girl who I took the job over from when I left Wisconsin, or she took over my old job. And she told me that the company is closing and being consolidated to the main offices in Canada in 30 days.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
If I were still there, I would have lost my job, which would have been awful. I feel really bad for her, but she kind of knew the writing was on the wall for a while. And I'm so incredibly lucky with what I get to do every day. And but at the same time, it's I work really hard and I love everything I'm doing. It's so much awesome and I don't resent it and I don't hate it. I'm just really tired. Sometimes it's frustrating and sometimes I just want to go to sleep. But it's so much. I am so grateful for what I get to do. So it was kind of a funny thing.
Yeah, it's kind of this. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat where I really like my job and it's kind of dumb, but all the other guys on my team are like, "Yeah, you haven't worked long enough. You'll get like us soon." I'm like, that's kind of like other people in retail that say that, I really love, I love Christmas time. I love the music, the decorations, the whole feel. They're like, how have you not died inside? It's because I haven't let it, because I refuse to let it.
Yeah.
Came close last year, but I really like my job. I like what I do. I get to help people, make them happy. That makes me happy. I don't mind staying late if I have to, except on Thursdays because of this. So I'm just like, is there anything else I can do at work? I just want to stay on I get paid more, but I also I just like what I'm doing. And so I feel bad when I have to not go to work. Like if the day ends short, I'm like, but I wanted to stay. And so I don't have that kind of exhaustion level kind of that Jules has, because I still, I guess with your job and all the social media interaction and everything, it's all hours of the day or night. Yeah. It varies. You're interacting with people from all over the country and the world. Yep. So you've got lots of time zones to cross. So it takes up a lot more of your hours too. Mm-hmm. And, for me, when I clock out and get home, that's it. Yeah. I don't have, no one calls me to ask me about something because none of us are there. And, that's the main difference. But, both of us love our jobs, but yours has a lot more hours in the day than mine does.
Yeah, and mine doesn't leave me. I work from my home.
No. Yeah.
So it's always here. It's always something there's always a reminder of it. And so, yeah, and the thing about your coworkers saying, "Oh, you'll get like us someday," we'll bring you down to our level of loathing. Is exactly what I wanted to be away. Like, nobody wants to be in an environment where everybody, well, let me say that. There's a camaraderie in the fact of feeling like you're part of the same, you're griping about the same problems and you're discontented about the same issues, and you will automatically be that guy who doesn't like, bitch about the boss or,
Hi there, chums. Isn't it a lovely day?
you're a Flanders. So
Indeedly doodly.
yes, but I know that there's like a mentality that comes from that where it's just like, hey, and I used to have that in a lot of the places that I worked. Your coworkers kind of influence your circle of thinking. When they're always complaining and always, you either feel like you're at odds, or if you don't join in, then you're not part of the team, and it's just this whole like, ugh. And I don't miss that at all.
Yeah. The inter-office dynamic is different for you now.
Well, yeah, my office is my 2 cats.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to get up because one of them is like, you forgot to feed me a little while ago, and I'm making sure that you know that.
Yeah.
My water cooler is my kitchen. Anyway, there's everybody who is out there right now who is having a time where you feel like your life is not in balance. You feel like there's too much push and pull in one direction in there. And you're not, I think that in the center of all of that is you. You are the center of all of it. And I'd say a good 90% of us most likely give a lot more than we take. We give our time, our energy, our efforts, we give. If you're a mom, a dad, you've given a lot of time to whatever your kids need, whatever your spouse needs, if you're married. How much time are you taking for you? And how guilty do you feel when you take it?
Probably pretty guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. And for some people, they're like, nah, I'm good. I don't care. As soon as I get home from work, it's shoes off, bra off, and I'm doing my thing, binge watching Orange is the New Black, and that's what I'm going to do all night, and ain't nobody going to stop me, right? There's people that are just like that. Hey,
Yeah.
But for those of us who, I'm sorry, I got the hiccups for a second or something. For those of us who are not feeling that way, I literally said this to a coaching client today. I had a coaching session with one of my clients today, and I said to her, I think you need to go and shut off everything. And I think you need to go and just give yourself some space today or tomorrow or just one day or an afternoon, and you could just give yourself some space. And I looked at her and I said, I am terrible at taking my own advice right now because I understand. Like I should be doing the same thing, right? And but I'm giving you that advice. And she said, I know, like I should do that. And I said, well, what's stopping you? And she kind of listed off some stuff, and I said, are any of those things that can't wait until tomorrow or the next day or whenever they are on your list? And she said no. And I said, well, now what's stopping you? And when I've asked myself those questions, it's like last night I was sitting here, I was sitting at my desk at 7:00. And I was so hungry, and I had no energy to get up and make myself some food. And I was just like, I would give anything right now for someone to just magically appear with food that I don't have to make an effort to go get.
Well, my plane tickets hadn't gotten through yet, or else I would have.
I know, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, you could have called takeout. I didn't even want to take the effort to call takeout and make a decision. I just wanted someone to magically appear and provide me with food.
Yeah. but I have to put on pants.
Yeah.
No.
I have to get out of this chair and I have to move and I have to
Feed
make
me.
a decision and I can't make any more decisions today. And that's where I was yesterday. And so I just said, okay, all right. You feel sorry for yourself, girl, and now get up and go get some food.
Yep.
Because you're the only one who's going to do it. You live alone. You're single. And you're going to have to do it yourself because that's how life works. So, it's just, sometimes life is hard. Sometimes life is stressful. Sometimes you just need to take a moment and just say, I'm really effing tired.
Yeah. Well, you have to take some time for yourself. It's, if you're constantly giving of yourself all the time to so many people, what's left for you? And you should have something left for you. So you absolutely need to take some time. Like I take time on my weekends to go and I drive around the city. I play Pokemon Go. I go to parts of the city I've never been to. I meet other people. It's very relaxing. Yeah, it's a little aggravating when you can't catch the raid Pokemon that you're supposed to. But I mean, it's kind of a nice little hunt. It's an adventure. It's something, yes, I have my phone with me, but I'm not I'm not working. I'm not doing anything high stress. It's just, hey, let's get out there. Let's go do this. It's something that I take time for myself to do that just about every week because it's fun and it kind of gets me away from everything else. I'm not staring at a computer screen for a while, not playing WoW. It's just doing something else kind of fun that I can do with other people. It's very social. Yeah. And it's not, nothing, nobody's demanding I do anything except I'm just going to play this game for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is, I think, the right way to be like, hey, I'm going to take this time for myself. And, there's no guilt. There's no remorse. It's just like, I've done my part for the week. And now this is my time. And yeah. And so, I have to just continue to work on making sure that I claim my time.
Yep.
We
carve
all
it
have
out.
To do that. Yeah, just claim it.
Carve it out and give it to you. This is mine.
Claim it and say
it's mine.
Yours. I licked it.
Get away. You're not going to call me. You're not going to send me tweets. You're going to leave me alone. I'm going to go sit here with my cats and watch TV.
I know. And it's just, this is the time of year where it happens every year. It's exhaustion, burnout, breakneck, and then it gets better.
About the second week of November, it gets a little bit better.
Yeah. Every year, that second week of November is pretty much it's just like slow moving.
Yep. Where's Jules at? How is BlizzCon? She's in her cocoon. She'll be back in a week.
I'll be back in a week. The tank is empty.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're out there listening to this show this week and you are someone who has been struggling with balance, think about what you can do. Don't be me. Don't get yourself into such a position where you realize that you just haven't been eating and you are not sleeping, and take a moment to reflect on it, which is what I'm doing right now. And to just say, hey, I need to take some time. I need to reroute some of this stuff, or I don't know, just think about what you can do for yourself. So, Bim's like, Jules doesn't have a voice after BlizzCon. That is very true.
That's very true.
We might just have to say once it's time to go to BlizzCon, hey, we won't be back for 3 weeks.
Yeah. We'll see you in December, folks. Bye-bye.
We'll be back before Thanksgiving, but it's not going to be right after BlizzCon.
Yep. Well, and I was reading up on a couple of ways to find balance, and sometimes in a couple of the articles talked about doing it with having someone else there with you to kind of hold you accountable to taking your time and also doing something with you to find that balance. So, getting you away to like walk around a park. Take somebody with you so you can just kind of talk about stuff, or have someone that'll hold you accountable to taking your time. So, if you guys are out there and you've got somebody that can kind of be your be the balance police and be like, we need to go we're getting you out of the office. We're going to go see a movie, and you're not taking your phone. We're going to go have some food. We're going to go watch a movie. We're going to go walk around the park. No phone. I'll take your phone. You get it back at the end. Just somebody to kind of help. Some people can get the balance and relax. Some people need to be pushed into it.
They do.
So
headlong.
so that's something too. You could get somebody to kind of help you say, hey, I'm a workaholic perfectionist and I need to have everything done, but call me on Thursday or come by and like kidnap me because I need to do something. Find something fun for us to do so I can get away and relax, or just something relaxing. I don't care what it is. So if you can do that, that's also an option available to you too.
I'd probably punch whoever that was. I would probably be like, no, I can't go. I've got this.
I was just gonna grab that chair of yours and like push you out of the door.
I might have a problem. Oh my god. I might have a problem. Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, and just talking about it with my trainers is the same thing. Is just like, you've got to find balance. That writing things down and putting it on a to-do list. I've been so resistant to doing that because usually I can just kind of keep track of it on my head and it's fine and everything gets done. But and then writing it down my fear was like I'd take it out of my head and then I wouldn't remember, and because I wasn't like constantly running through it in my brain to take it off to say this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And so I wrote it down so I could, kind of take that expectation away, but it still hasn't stopped the mind spinning, the firework brain. So it's still there. It's just not, it's a work in progress.
Oh yeah. It always is. Like you said, it's a moving target.
Yes, most definitely. I hope that by the time we do another show, I will be in a better state of mind, because I think that would be awesome. And
I think so.
Sometimes life just takes you out of balance, and I'm way out of balance right now. So, but you got to admit that there's an issue before you can fix it. So there you go.
That's the first step.
That's right. So if you guys have feedback and thoughts about the whole balanced conversation that we had tonight, you can send that to questions@taurentthinktank.com. You can tweet us at Tauren Think Tank on Twitter. You can send us a Facebook message or post on our Facebook wall, and that's facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. On October, is it 9th? I think it's 9th. Let me look at my calendar. Yes. October 9th, we have another special guest coming to the show. So we have another episode on the 5th, and then we will have the 9th coming up. On October 9th, which is a Monday, right?
Monday.
Yes. It is no, it's a Tuesday. No, it's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
I'm looking at my calendar and not even processing it. It's a Monday. Marconan and I are going to have a guest on the show, and her name is Wendy Dunford. And if you folks are familiar with the Frog Pants family of shows, and you've listened to particularly the morning stream, Wendy is Scott Johnson's sister, and she is the host of Therapy Thursdays on the TMS show. She comes on with Scott and Brian, and they do a question and advice session, and she is a therapist. We love Wendy. I've met her several times. She's fantastic. And so we would love your suggested discussion topics and or letters. If you would like to ask Wendy a question for advice or discussion, you can do that by sending us to the show. And you have till before October 9th to do that. We will be recording. I don't know if we're going to do it live. I think we will, but we're recording it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, our time.
Yeah, Central.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1 p.m. It's going to be midday because Wendy lives in Sweden, so she is available to us in her evening. So we will. I think she's okay if we record live. It's just a matter of does it work for us? So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Marcota and I are so excited because we've been trying to arrange this for months, and we finally got it locked in, and so we're very, very excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, so that means that we're open for show topics and suggestions. Again, questions at taurenThinkTank.com. And also, you are welcome to send any questions you have for the show itself. We have open space for your discussion topics and questions. If you got things on your mind you want to talk about, let's do it.
Yep, you got the fast track right now. There's nobody waiting in line.
And we'll just continue to make up discussion topics until you send us something. So
yeah, so there.
So there.
You're at the mercy of our imaginations. So send it in.
Right. We did, because things were out of balance this week, we were not able to submit out Tell Us One Thing questions. So instead, we're going to jump to some feedback that we got from a listener, a letter that we got in. And it's actually just a nice little letter that we thought we'd read on the show. So let's do that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you... Whoa, that's a lot of feedback.
We got a letter a couple of weeks ago. Actually, this came in when I was in New Jersey. I remember reading it on my phone when I was, in New Jersey. And we got this letter from a listener. And he said, I have never written in before, but I wanted to share my story. I live in Florida. We got hit by that massive Hurricane Irma. I was not in an evacuation area, but my family and I left. My wife, my stepson, my 2 cats, and a dog. The media blasted us with such danger and so much drama, my wife and I thought it was best to leave. At this point, I don't know if it was the best decision, but it was at the time when we made it. So we drove all the way to my in-laws in New York. And yes, it was a long trip. I had the benefit of having my laptop and WoW the time I was there, so no complaints from me. However, as I was driving back, I really got to see some of the damage that the eastern states took. It's one thing to see on TV or hear about it on the radio, and yet it's something totally different to see it staring you in the face. My wife snapped a few pictures of the National Guard in Georgia blocking the exits from Interstate 95. I could see buildings missing roofs, trees down, lights out. Trees had taken the form of the way they were blowing in the wind. It looked like a war zone. It was a total mess. I've been trying to get active in the gaming community, and I use my Twitter quite a bit. I noticed someone on my Twitter who I never met posting she was evacuating from the hurricane. So I posted back and told her I was on the road because of it too. Oddly enough, the picture I took was one of the exits where she lived. She lived in that area in Georgia that got hit pretty hard. I find it so ironic that Warcraft, a small little game in a giant community, can bring us all together like this. I saw other people posting on her Twitter post, and I replied back to them. It's crazy to think we're all neighbors, and we all went through such a tough time. WoW makes all one and the same, even though we've never met in real life. It truly brings people closer together. I'm lucky to say that our house is in good shape. We never lost power, I was told. Things are getting back to normal in my area, but I can't help but feel for those on the west coast of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas and Texas for Hurricane Harvey. My heart goes out to them. They need our support. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Gary, a.k.a. Caber76 on Twitter.
Well, thank you for writing in, Gary. We appreciate that, and we're glad that your house was okay. We know a lot of people weren't as fortunate, but we're glad you guys and you and your family are okay.
Absolutely. I'm really glad that you took the time to write, and that and you're absolutely 100% correct. You know, we are connected because of this one game and this community of games, right? The Blizzard family of games. And it just it's the ties that bind us, which is just kind of blows my mind sometimes to think about how far reaching my connections go now because of being a gamer.
Yeah, I never knew anyone in well, I knew the only people I have ever known from New Zealand and Australia are because of the Matrix Online first, and now especially WoW. I know like a dozen people in Australia now. It's wonderful because
Yeah.
growing up, I always thought it was, I had this just idea of Australia. Like, I just want to go there. It's so, it's mysterious. It's upside down, the toilet's flushed backwards, which doesn't really happen, but it's just one of those things where it was this, place that I'd never been to. It was behind a curtain, and now I have people that live there and that I've seen and met and hugged and shook hands with and had conversations with, and I can talk to them. And it does bring the world into focus a lot more because you can ask them questions. One of our patrons, one of our family that were on the highest tier, we get to talk to them at least once a month. And I got to ask the husband questions about, he used to live in Germany and how his family had to escape cross right as the Berlin Wall was crumbling. Yeah. And that's something that you see it on the news, you read the speeches. I saw an exhibit where I saw a piece of it, all that stuff, but it really connects you to other parts of the world and other places and times and events because they've lived it. Just like if my nephew asks me, what was September 11th like? And I can tell him about my experiences, even though I'm hours away from New York. What did I go through? My aunt was in New York City when that happened. We didn't know for like a day where she was or if she was okay. So it's one of those things where it really brings history to life. It brings these other places in the world, and it really kind of unites us. It's one thing we all have in common, aside from all being on this little blue ball, is that we have this one interest in common that, really it kind of reminds me of the first time that I went to BlizzCon. I was walking around the Hilton bar late at night, and some frat bro dude guy, very typical, hey man, how's it go? That kind of guy. Mm-hmm. He like pulled me into his conversation with his friends, and he's like, so dude, what game do you play? And it was one of those things like, yeah, I play WoW. He's like, man, I play StarCraft. It's awesome. We just start talking. It just brings people together, and we've got all these shared experiences, and we can all just talk to people. And like Grand Nagus says, it's the world of Warcraft, really, and it's such an awesome thing to be a part of something so big, yet in times like this where he was that close to other people, it brings the world and makes it so small in times. Yeah. And it's a wonderful thing to be a part of.
It is.
It really is to have that. That's one of the many reasons why I have such pride when people are like, you play World of Warcraft? Yes. Let me show you my ways. Let me bring you in. Mm-hmm. Because there's been probably a dozen people in as many years that I've brought into this game, it's kind of an ambassador, like, yes, I will bring you. You have questions, I have answers and addictions for you. Let's bring you in, and just kind of, it envelops you like a hug or a straitjacket. I don't know which, but we'll go with either. And it really just brings us all together. So I love hearing stories of this where you have these shared experiences in the real world, yet you have those touchstones online as well.
Yeah. I've been when the earthquakes in Mexico happened, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I am in Jocelyn's Discord, Jocelyn Moffat, from the Angry Chicken, and there is a community member who lives in Mexico with his girlfriend, and he was posting photos of destroyed buildings down the street from him like minutes after it had happened. We were seeing it on the news, and we were seeing it unfold right on Discord as he was telling us he was okay and that his family members were okay. And it's just like, where in the world do you and gamers are definitely not the exclusionary group that have this. I see it all the time, but I really do credit the fact that we are able to communicate online and so quickly because of the fact that we live in connectivity in a virtual space. This is our norm. And so yeah, I'm really, really glad that you were able to connect with people, have that shared experience of kind of going through this really tragic thing, this really scary and unknown thing together and supporting each other through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And thank you so much for writing to us as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate you writing in, Gary. Thank you.
We do also appreciate the /moos, which are right here. We start with Mehmet, who says, /moo for Hunts the Wind, who is a hurricane researcher /scientist. He has missed WoW time to keep us safe. Please pass on a bear hug to him if you see him on Twitter or in-game.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And from Miss Killian, /moo to my amazing husband, faced arm surgery for cancer this week with strength, humor, and love, whilst still showing heart and caring for me to get.
I think it's
which
sleep.
Emoji, and caring for me to get sleep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And finally, from Bacon_way /moo to Furt raid leaders Ivory Tiger, Ben the Mage, and Wow, who have been patient and explanatory to a noob learning to raid in WoW.
Oh, yes, my second favorite raid team.
The Furt team.
Yeah, love the Furt team.
That's so awesome. And that, my friends, is a show.
I've got one /moo to Bim and her husband RJ. They've had a tough week, and just want you to know I'm there for you guys, and I'm definitely sending good thoughts and praying for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I also want to give a /moo to one of our community members who we haven't seen for a while. A /moo to Lori _CTR. She posted recently in the Tadpool Facebook group that she is having some pretty severe health issues. So we hope everything is going well, Lori. I know you're probably not listening, but we wanted to send the message out because a lot of you know Lori. And so best wishes. We're hoping for good news on your test results and that things are not as dire as they hopefully seem to be, which is not good, but hoping for the best news. So
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's going on coming up for the week. Anything you've got going on, Seth?
Hopefully going to pick up a Super NES Classic tomorrow because they come out tomorrow.
Ooh.
Then I can finally play Star Fox 2 because that's released. The first time it's ever released officially. So I can't wait to play it. Yeah, I've never played it. They built the whole game and they finished it. But they finished it, and it was supposed to release about the time the N64 came out. And so in order to combat customer confusion between the two consoles, they canned it. Finished game, canned it. Wow. So ever since then, it has never been officially released. You can find it online if you look. But it's an official release. It's got like tons of games. I have the NES Classic, and I love playing it. But Super Nintendo is where I really kind of exploded as far as loving video games. So can't wait for that. And definitely check out Starting Zone. Newest episode has me on it. We recorded it on Monday night. So we talked a little bit. And because they reminded me that Flotsam was the world boss, I got the hidden artifact appearance for my enhancement shaman. Ooh. Because it drops from that boss. So I was like, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
One other quick thing I didn't say at the beginning of the game. I tanked my first raid since ICC on my Paladin. Wow. Tanked TOS, and we full cleared it, one-shotted, killed Jaden. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. I got a couple of pieces of gear. I've been leveling up my prot weapon. So I'm still doing that. I'm still on the mount hunt for more mounts, as always. Argus is chock full of them. So yeah, just doing that and playing a lot of I try to play one or two matches of Overwatch. Junkertown's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very fun map.
Yes, it is.
Oh, and I love the changes to Diva. I love her new missiles. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Diva again. Always have been, but the changes are good.
Yeah.
And Mercy's changes are pretty cool too. I got to play her.
I love them.
Yeah, I always do random heroes. So I always, for some reason, I always end up getting Mercy or something I don't play very often, but I got to do her ultimate in Hanamura, and I got to like boost my fly around, and I was like just eye in the sky shooting people. I was attack mercy when I hit my ult. And it's a lot of fun. So
That's awesome.
yeah, a little bit of that here or there, and it's just it's good time. I'm excited for the rest of the week and for the weekend, which is not going to have a whole lot going on, but probably some more Junkertown.
Good.
And more mount runs, as always. What about you? What do you got going on? Finding some balance?
Yeah, finding some balance, I hope. I will I'm actually on the latest episode of Convert to Raid. You can check that out. That's out now. And let's see. I'll be at the Ren Fair on Saturday afternoon. So there, yes. I am also close to closing commissions for BlizzCon lanyards. Like, there's only a couple more days left before I need to close that down so I can get everything done. So yeah, if you're interested in getting a BlizzCon lanyard, make sure you reach out to me real soon. This first is when I'm closing that down. So they're
really nice.
Marcone
I have
showing
mine
his
right
off
here.
right now.
They're really nice, and I love it. And can't wait to wear it.
It's so pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That's pretty much it for Marcone. So we're gonna bring this show to a close, like we do always, just like this. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website, taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too. And you want some sweet Triple T merchandise. I just bought, don't tell my nephew, but I bought him a Triple T t-shirt for his birthday.
Ooh.
I got to give it to him, so don't tell him. So yeah, I buy the merchandise. So I support the show, and you should too. And if you want some cool t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, phone cases, laptop cases, all this other cool stuff, go to taurenThinkTank.com/store and check it out.
Yes, thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. If you'd like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. Want to meet other members of the Triple T community? You can join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
You can also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can find us at 140 characters, or is it 280 characters now, on Twitter. For the show, just find @TaurenThinkTank. For Jules, go to Jules RPG, and for me, it's Marcone and Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find the video stream at twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank when we go live, and we love seeing you here with us in our chat room. We also love how you download us and let us know afterwards when you listen to the show. Marcone.
Jules.
I'm going to go take a nap now.
I think that would be good advice.
I think that's
That'd
very
be good advice.
We'll be back next week with another show and hopefully a little bit more energetic than this.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
Absolutely. So have a wonderful week. Guys, we'll see you back here next week at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. For myself, for Marcone, for the entire chat room, until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 Bring them. Bring the show titles.
So I have one. It's A Little Unfiltered.
Ooh,
That was the only one.
All right.
We're a little unfiltered.
I like that one. See what Draven's got for us.
Yeah.
You have that many.
Are you splitting them into real suggestions and then funny ones, or?
He always has has to filter in one. Gone fishing? Yeah. You caught that one. I licked it. It's mine.
Pokemon Drive. Rune wasn't here.
He's just the word.
Wax on, wax off. Paint defense. Reflection isn't just in a mirror. No voice is better than, oh wait.
No phone
Accountable
read.
balance. Forcibly relaxing.
I'm glad you caught the I licked it, it's mine. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. It's Thursday. I'll relax if I want to. Arranged abductions.
Holy crap.
I'm thinking about a guest for October 9th, and it's definitely not Draven. When
Wow,
he just
Draven
got
is just like stream of consciousness show titling.
The ties that bind us balance ain't just for druids. Why are you still reading these? Oh,
Nice.
my face hurts.
Nice.
Oh.
Colin says it interventing yourself. I don't even know how to pronounce it, let alone type it out.
Like an intervention. Re-interventing yourself.
Yeah, re-interventing yourself. Pokemon Drive.
There's a Mewtwo raid going on at noon on Saturday while all me and two of my coworkers are working, and we all got passes for the Mewtwo raid. So, but it's right down the road from our headquarters, so
Are you
we may
just gonna
take a look.
sneak out?
We may be designing our routes so that we're back there at noon, so that we can just like pull up. Okay, guys, let's go get Mewtwo.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, chat room, what do you vote for?
Yeah, Pokemon lunch break. That's what it's gonna be.
Pokemon lunch break. I like yours. I like the a little unfiltered.
Yeah, we could do that one.
Okay, I will do that. And I might even just wait to post the show till tomorrow. Because I'm that
You can
tired.
do that if you want to rest.
Yes.
That's fine.
Because I'm
Hey.
that tired.
Hey, what do you call the guards working for Samsung?
I don't know.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Womp womp.
Oh my god.
That my stepbrother posted that on Facebook, but it really should be, what do you call the security guards working for Samsung Guardians of the Galaxy? That would work better because it's not guards then guardians.
One of the things that we've been doing lately for Convert to Raid is looking up really bad Overwatch and WoW jokes and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find the one from Pat that I sent him.
Overwatch dad jokes.
Oh my gosh. This one made me laugh so hard that I sent it to Pat. I said, what do you call the Overwatch sitcom?
What?
I Love Lucio, starring Lucio Ball.
I like it. I like that. I love Lucy.
Lucio Ball.
Why is Mercy the best support? Because she has high heels.
Yes, you found that thread on Overwatch's forums, didn't you? That's the same one I
did.
found that one on. Yeah, if you pick the thread for Overwatch dad jokes, it's freaking hilarious.
What did Farah say during the hailstorm? Just ice rains from above.
This is way too not funny, but I'm still laughing like a fiend at it. Okay.
These are funny.
Yeah, they are funny. So anyway, that's where you can, find your really bad dad jokes for Overwatch and stuff. All right. We're going to get out of here because otherwise
Yeah.
we're gonna continue to give you
We're
really
just
bad
gonna
dad jokes, and the chat room is gonna continue to be crickets. So
Yeah, Junkrat is a real handful. He leaves all of his friends tired. I like that one too.
Wah, wah.
I'm hoping that whenever the Halloween event comes back, there's more epic skins. Because I have Dr. Junkenstein, but I have like 4,000 coins ready to burn. I'm ready for something cool.
Yeah, I want the Witch Mercy skin again. I didn't get it last year.
Yeah.
want
I need to
that
get that one too.
Yes. All right, folks. Thank you for putting. Can I go back to bed, please?
Yes, you can go back to bed.
Grand Nagus, you're the best, man. You come every time. You stay up until 4 a.m. or some crazy stuff to come to the show, and you're insane, and we love you. So thank you.
Yep, and we'll see you in a little over a month too.
36 days.
Gotta book a flight.
Must book a flight. All right, lovelies. We will see you on Thursday next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back.
Yes, we will. We'll see you later, guys.
Bye, Slash Moo.
Slash Moo, bye.